Hey y'all, I'm Melissa Guerra. I am the Kitchen Wrangler, and this is 4 out of 4 videos. Yes, we made it all the way to the end. I am teaching you how to make basic pork tamales, the type that we enjoy here along the border of South Texas. It's a very basic recipe, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I always love sharing my recipes with you here on my YouTube channel. So this is it. This is a big moment. We're gonna steam our tamales so that we can eat our tamales. So delicious. My very, very favorite part of the process. So let's get started. What you'll need for steaming your tamales is a steamer. You do need a steamer, and there are a lot that are on the market. I have several. Here's a more reasonably sized tamal steamer. This one is actually made for tamales, and it has this little steamer platform inside. It's not a basket. It actually goes with the bottom of it facing the top. I don't even know if that makes sense, but it's like a little platform. So it gives you about 2 to 3 inches where the water is, and then it holds the tamales above the bottom of the pot. Now, what happens if you don't have a tamal steamer? Easy enough. I use a soup pot or a stock pot a lot of times, and I have a little rack that will fit inside of it. The only problem with using a stock pot is sometimes these racks are very low, and that only allows for about 1 inch of water. That could be kind of dangerous because if the water boils out, you are going to burn your tamales, and all you need is like 10-15 seconds of scorching and you ruin the entire batch. You can always add more water during the cooking process, no problem, but you have to catch it at the exact right moment. And sometimes I'll call a friend or I'll start watching TV and I forget about it, and that is it. They are burnt. But keep an eye on them because just like I said, a few seconds of scorching and you've ruined the whole batch, and you can't fix that. Some people swear by putting a penny in the bottom of a tamal steamer that you can hear it rattle as the water boils, and when it stops rattling, then all your water has boiled away and you need to add more water. I have never used that method because I watch for the little steam puffs that are coming out of the pot. That's my method of making sure that my tamales do not burn. The other item that you'll need in addition to your steamer is some type of heat-proof bowl. Most of the time when I'm making tamales, I have a small molcajete and I turn that upside down and I place that into the steamer. I also have a small ceramic bowl that I can place in the middle of the steamer as well. You need this so that you can place all of the tamales around it, and it kind of makes like a little pyramid shape. Remember when we were making our tamales and I told you to keep all the tail ends on one side and the open ends on the other? By organizing your tamales, it makes it a lot easier to load your tamal steamer. Now that our steamer is prepared with a bowl inside it, it is time to load the tamales into the steamer. Just pick up a bunch, maybe 5 or 6 tamales at a time, and place it around that bowl or the molcajete that you have put inside your steamer. Can you see the way that's forming now? All of the open ends are straight up and the tails are down, and that's gonna steam them, and none of the seasoning is gonna come out of the tamales. Keep adding more and more tamales to your steamer until it's well packed. But remember, the more you pack your tamal steamer, the longer it's gonna take to cook. So I have one large steamer here, and then I have a small steamer here. And we're gonna compare how long each one of them takes to cook. Once you have all the tamales added to your steamer, take it to the sink, and we are going to add just enough water to come up right underneath the tamales. In this pot, I can kind of move the tamales aside and I can see the level of water, but in my deeper pot, that's much more difficult. I'm filling it with hot water and I can see some condensation on the outside of the pot. That tells me what the water level is. I can also feel outside, and I know that I've got about 2 or 3 inches of water in that pot. That is the perfect amount. Place any corn husk scraps that you might have. Place those on top of your tamales. That keeps the steam in as they are cooking. I don't like to add plastic wrap or a layer of aluminum foil inside the pot because I really don't like those substances next to my tamales while they're steaming. But I will put the lid on top of my steamer And I will make an aluminum foil collar, and that will work very well to keep in the steam as they're cooking. Place your prepared pot on the stove, turn on the heat, and you can listen for it boiling. I'm gonna set a timer for about 20 minutes, and then we're gonna check one of the tamales. Let's check the smaller steamer first. I'm actually really surprised after only 20 minutes, the tamales in my smaller steamer are already cooked. You can see that the masa is nice and solid. It's not opaque. These are ready to come out. But in my larger steamer, these still have a ways to go. Let's open this one up, and you can see that the masa is still opaque and pasty and uncooked. So we're gonna put it back in, and we're going to steam it for another 20 minutes. When they're freshly steamed, the tamales come out of the pot and they will crumble. But once you let them cool down, they'll solidify, they'll settle down, and they will come out of their husk very easily. Now don't forget what I said, do not eat the corn husk. That is just a wrapper, it is not for eating. Remove all of the tamales from the steaming pot. We're gonna put them on a big wide tray and let all the steam come out. They're gonna cool down completely, and then I'm gonna store them in the refrigerator for 1 week, or I can pack them up and store them in the freezer for about 6 months. To reheat them, you simply steam them one more time and they are ready to eat. These are so good. I cannot have a holiday without tamales. These are just the most gorgeous dish. I love making these, so good. And it's such a pleasure to share them with you. Thank you so much for joining me here in the kitchen. You know, I'm always looking forward to hearing from you. You know, if you have any questions or comments, you can email me at help@kitchenwrangler.com, or you can message me through Instagram, through Facebook, through TikTok, through YouTube, through Twitter. I am always here waiting to hear from you. I'm Melissa Guerra, I am the Kitchen Wrangler, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here at the ranch again soon. Bye now.